Oh man. What up, Chevy? Yeah, I'm good. Um, my diabetes put me in here. I went to get a refill on my insulin and they told me that um my insurance stopped covering it. So they wouldn't give me my insulin. So my blood sugar got all high and made me sick and put me in DKA. So now I'm in here fucking sick. I was throwing up. I feel better now. I'm hoping I get to come home tomorrow because Monday is my oldest daughter's birthday, so I'm trying to be home for that. But if not, it is what it is. Got me in here doing this in the ICU, critical care. So I don't know. Shit, I didn't mean to zoom like that. Yeah, I'm just chilling. All I can do in here, they got me in this stylish gown. But I'm all like hooked up to these uh, heart monitors and stuff. Pour up some drink. I'm about ready. Yeah, so after they denied me my insulin at the pharmacy because my insurance like changed their policy and decided that they don't cover that medication anymore. So like I got into my primary as like an emergency and they gave me the right insulin and I was able to go and get insulin and take it, but by the time I took it, I was already just too sick, and there wasn't no turning around, cause like my sugar was like 400 and something, and like I got it down to normal like 150, but I was still just sick, and I wasn't able to stop puking. I couldn't stand up. Like my left leg kept like trying to give out on me. It was weird, man. I felt pretty bad, so. She took me in here. She took me to like a standalone ER. They checked me out pretty good. They ended up transferring me to a actual hospital by ambulance because I am DKA. You in the hospital getting gingivitis. So, did you ask the insurance what is the preferred insulin? So, DG, I've been on this same insulin for I think the last time they changed my insulin before this one was like 10 years ago. And I've been on the same one and I've never had a problem once getting it covered by my insurance. And then out of nowhere, they just decided to tell me that it's not covered anymore. So when I got into my primary. And she just kind of looked on there to see which one was covered and wrote me a prescription for that one. Yep, DG, that's exactly what they said. They said they can change their policies at any time, and they literally just go down the list and pick which medicines they're going to cover, and whichever ones they don't pick, they don't cover anymore. And that's what happened to me. So, let me mod you. I don't car loser. I'm the loser when you know how to spell great. Good job. I'm proud of you. You in the hospital getting gender reassignment. It's a trippy system. Yeah, it's crazy. So I've never had this issue before. Appreciate that, Chevy Addict. Thank you, Carter. I appreciate it. And I can't understand what that says. Not Nahida, but yeah. So pretty much can't do nothing but sit here until they decide to let me go. My blood sugar's been good since I've been back in here. Like I said, I got my sugar under control before I even came in here. But uh, for it being my sugar being high for so long, it like I was so acidotic, I couldn't fight it. So I had to have they hooked me up to IVs and all that kind of stuff up there. Which all that now is turned off. All that now is turned off. Um, I still got the IVs ran just in case they gotta like shoot me with some medicine, but I'm making progress. So they got me off the IVs. I'm back to just taking like my normal shots of insulin. Best YouTuber in the world. I appreciate that, Carter. I don't know about that, but I appreciate that. Real men all have beards. You'll be all right, man. I appreciate that, Ben. Carter, I'm gonna put you as a mod. Make sure you subscribe to everyone in blue. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. I had to answer that text message. Can I give you 10K? Sure. I ain't gonna say no. My Cash App is on my there's a link to my Cash App. You from outside the ice wall. I don't know what that mean, Days. You're gonna have to elaborate on that. What's good, Clean? Why you in the hospital? What's good, Picasso? Um, so I'm a diabetic and I went to get a refill on my insulin. And honestly, I should have been on top of it because I should have refilled it before I was like almost completely out. But anyway, I ran out of insulin and I went to go get a refill of a prescription that I've had for, like I was saying before, 10 years now. And the Walgreens told me that my insurance stopped covering that insulin when I had just picked it up last month. I pick it up every month for the past 10 years. And my blood sugar was already high. Um, so like I rushed to my primary, they got me in, and then I was able to get insulin and get my sugar down, but I'm not sure how much you know about diabetes, but when you have high blood sugar for a long period of time, it creates a lot of acid and like just makes your body start shutting down. It's called diabetic ketoacidosis. So DKA for short. So that's what I got. And I'm on the backside of it now. I should be home tomorrow or the next day. But I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the like button. Picasso tats. Every at will. I'm a tattoo artist. That's awesome. I've been craving tats. I've been craving another tattoo. Craving another tattoo. I've only ever gotten one tattoo from an actual tattoo artist. The rest are like street tats, jail tats. Reading books. You're also a diabetic. So I'm not sure if you've ever been DKA or not before reading books, but you know that it's no fun. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I really am. I pray that, you know, I pray that you get that taken care of. Cut dog, 84 Cuddy, what up? Will they discharge you on medicine you can afford? So, um, Pat, like I said, I went to my primary and she changed my prescriptions over to where it would be covered on my insurance again. So I'm good as far as that. I just like I said, my sugar was high for too long and it put me in DKA. I couldn't stop throwing up. I couldn't stand up on my own. Like they had to pull me out of my truck in a wheelchair to get me in here. But now I'm like back walking around on myself and like I feel normal now. I feel like I can go home now. Where you from, brother? Right now I'm in Crystal River, Florida. Yep, Central Florida, where I'm at. I'm from Massachusetts originally, though. Yeah, so I mean, everything's all good. Dang, you in Florida? Nah, they got my dog in the gown. Hey, swag, bro. Green is my favorite color. I'm sorry to hear that, Carter. My my dad was just here visiting me, and I talk to my dad every single day, so I couldn't imagine not having him. So I'm sorry to hear that, Carter. Yeah. Cuddy, you ain't lying, bro. Pull up, please. I know you like 8 hours away, but I got gas money, bro. You flirting with the nurse? Nah, I'm a married man, bro. I only flirt with my wife. Picasso, you in Florida? We could link up, get some content. You tap me up. You watch football. Man, I used to be so into every sport, nonstop. But honestly, I haven't I haven't paid attention to any sports really for the past couple of years, to tell you the truth. Neanderthal. Hey, you know what's funny, Peter? My last name is Leander. So all through school, they called me Leanderthal instead of Neanderthal. I swear, Peter. You hit that one on the head, bro. Yes, sir. That's pretty funny. You brought back a good memory there. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. And subscribe to everyone in blue. How old are you? I'm 37. Chill guy. Chill guy. I know you from somewhere, don't I? Shout me out. Shout out to Bruh Crap, one of my newest subscribers. Yes, from across the screen. I don't know what that means, UFC. How tall are you? I'm 6'4", 6'5". Made me a moderator, made me a mediator. What's that even mean? So, it means like you can, like if you see a troll or something on the chat, you can put him in timeout or remove him or, just look out for your boy. I've seen him before too. Yeah, the name sounded familiar. I'm in a gang. Yeah, you're in Blue Gang, bro. You just got moderated up. Wrench Gang. Thank you, Envision, Crypto. Appreciate that. Yeah, we in Blue Gang. We in Wrench Gang over here. Yeah, even my sister. So even my sister is like 5'11". She's pretty tall. All right, Peter. Look forward to seeing you again, brother. I appreciate the laugh, man. That worked out perfect, man. It's funny. Peace, bro. Thank you for stopping by. 6'4", yeah. So I'm the tallest out of my brothers, but my dad is 6'2". Um, my youngest brother is 6 foot, and my middle brother is 6'2". So I'm the tallest boy in the whole family. Actually, I'm the tallest. I'm the tallest in the whole family. 6'8". That's a big boy. So I was in Walmart like 6 months ago, and I seen this dude, and he was like a giant. I'm the girl, 6'4". Hey, I'm 6'4", and I'm the tallest. So 18 years old. You grown now. It's all on you now, Carter. 18 years old, man. You grown now. You can't depend on nobody but yourself. Some people have been like that their whole life. My advice, if I could tell my 18-year-old, if I could go back and tell my 18-year-old self anything is to set goals and stick to it. And what's good, bro? You have kids? I do have kids. I have 3 daughters, man. My oldest daughter turns 9 on Monday, so I'm hoping I can be home before then. I hate I hate that I'm even in here now. I play college football. I play for Ohio State. Oh, all right, Carter. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, bro. Yeah, I'm good. Elko, I had an issue with my diabetes. My insurance stopped covering my insulin, so I had to like rush and get new insulin. But by the time I got it, my sugar was high for so long that I got sick, and like it put me DKA. I'm not sure if you know what DKA is, but I'm all right now. It was to the point where I couldn't even walk or nothing. They had to get me like out of my truck with a wheelchair and stuff. But now I'm like, I feel back to 100 right now. I'm just waiting on them to let me go home. They gotta like downgrade me to another room first, cause right now I'm still in critical care. So once I get downgraded, which I'm ready to, cause like they got me eating food again, and they took they like unhooked all that. They got it in here still, and they still got like my stuff ran on my arms, but um I shouldn't need it no more. They just left it in there just in case. Message deleted. What's the new price of baby oil? Y'all wild, man. Y'all wild. Yeah, bro, we are friends, man. You're here hanging out with me right now, right? Nobody else hanging out with me right now, except for y'all. I appreciate that, man. I always say friends are the family you choose. You got the family you're born with, then you got the family that you decide to surround yourself with. And that's all off your own judgment, you know. You can't, obviously, you can't pick the family you're born with. So that's why I say, like, your real friends are the real family that you choose, you know? Glad you're feeling better. Poindexter. I just saw that last name on there, man. Pat Poindexter. Right, Elko? That's right. Got it locked up. So right about that. That's just the way I look at things, man. If I actually consider you a true friend, um, I consider you family, man. Like if I consider you a true friend, you don't get treated no different than my blood brother does. It's just right. DK is basically a sugar attack when your sugar get low and the body stop producing it. Right, Cuddy. So it can happen either way. So with my diabetes, I get high sugar, which it'll do the same thing whether it gets too high or too low. So mine got too high. Um, but yeah, same thing. my body hasn't produced insulin for a long time. My whole pancreas is shut off. That's why I take like anywhere from 5 to 7 shots of insulin a day, which is why it was so important for me to have that prescription filled, and they weren't able to do it, which is why I wasn't able to bring my sugar down. Yup, it went high. So it was like 480, way too high when it should be like 120 with how big I am. 150 is okay. But yep, my sugar went too high. It shot up. I started falling out. My wife was tripping. She pulled up to the hospital. What up, TJ? I live in Florida. What part of Florida, Carter? Classic, what's good, bro? Yeah, I'm good. I had an issue with my diabetes. I went DKA. Um, I'm straight now. I was pretty sick. I ain't gonna lie, I was pretty sick, but I'm good. I'm hanging in there now. I actually feel I feel 100 times better. I feel like I'm ready to be back home. SKD, what's up, brother? Ain't seen you in a while, man. Nah, it ain't. And like in the past, when I was younger, when I first got it, I was like so irresponsible with it. You know what I mean? Like didn't really care. Um, I would just eat, let my sugar get high, and shoot myself with insulin, thinking thinking that was okay, and it's not. Um, Nowadays, I try to like watch what I eat, and I make sure I take my insulin the way I'm supposed to. But it's kind of hard when they won't give it to me. So that's what happened here. You can get rid of diabetes yourself by just switching your habits of eating. Yeah, I'm type 1, TJ. So classic for me, I'll be diabetic the rest of my life because my pancreas has completely my my pancreas is dead. It creates no insulin. It's I'll be injecting insulin for the rest of my life. So, but you're right. People's whose pancreas is still trying to fight and survive, they can turn it around. Yeah, type 1. I'm type 1. I'm insulin dependent. I take a long-lasting shot in the morning, a long-lasting shot at night. I take a shot every time I eat. Yeah. The only insulin my body gets is what I put in it. Yep. So ever since I've had diabetes, TJ, I've been a type 1. So I didn't know I was diabetic. And in 2006, it was Thanksgiving. So you already know I was eating like crazy because I used to be like 350 pounds. I'm like 200 pounds now. But it was Thanksgiving. I was eating at my family's house, my wife's family's house. I went to like a little get together with some friends after all that. And we were drinking and we were eating. And I fell in a coma. And that's how I found out I was diabetic because I like straight fell out into a coma, face first on the floor. They picked me up and took me to this same hospital that I'm in right now, actually. And they saved my life here that day because my sugar was like like something like almost 800. And when I finally came back to, I opened my eyes and like they had to like instantly seduce me again because when I opened my eyes, it was pitch black. So I had no eyesight. I had no feeling. I had no feeling in my hands or feet. Diagnosed with type 2 in 2020. My sugar was 810 when I got. TJ, man. So your body fought that hard because when my sugar went to like the 800 range, I was out like a light, out in a coma for a couple of days. Like heart was barely beating. Like my dad was King Von. Okay. Rest in peace to your dad. I don't know how to take that statement. I'm sorry that King Von passed away. Yeah, so you lucked out, man, because I bet you felt so sick and didn't know what was wrong. You were probably puking. You probably had so much acid in your body. Like I know, trust me, I know, cause like my sugar, like I said, after that, I was so uncontrolled that like every day my sugar was like 550, 600, and I just didn't care. I would just shoot myself up with a whole bunch of insulin, which is horrible for you. It kills your kidneys and stuff. So, I smartened up. Like I said, I got kids, and like I gotta care about my health. You know, if I don't care about myself, how am I gonna care about anybody else? So, Marty McFly, that's deep, bro. I appreciate that, man. Marty McFly. Used to watch Back to the Future all the time, and that's one of my dad's favorite movies. Yeah, TJ. I'm glad you got that taken care of. I'm glad you didn't fall out into a coma like I did, bro, because it's rough, man. Like I woke up blind. I mean, luckily my eyesight started slowly coming back. And the weird thing is when it came back, it looked like everything was like, how do I explain it? You ever look through a pair of binoculars backwards and like everything looks super small? That's how I saw everything. So like I couldn't really read words on the paper because it was just so small. Like no matter what I looked at, just looked small and far away, even if it was right in front of me. So I'm glad you got that taken care of. Did they got you on like oral insulin, TJ? Like metformin and stuff like that? Right. Glad you're feeling better, bro. I had to let the bros know. I appreciate that, Elko. I just came back from the future to remind you about the importance of our time here, big dog. That's right, Marty. I appreciate that. Yeah. Cuddy, blow it out real strong so it reach me.
99.3.
99.3?
Mm-hmm. A little warm?
I drank a hot coffee,
Oh, maybe.
but I feel fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It's still low, so it's not too bad.
Right.
Yeah.
It ain't a fever yet.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Exactly. You're okay though? Everything good?
Yes, ma'am. I'm great. Thank you.
Perfect. You're welcome, hon.
My bad, y'all. She had to check my temperature. My temperature is 99. It's weird. So I normally never get a fever. So that's kind of weird that I got a temperature now that I'm in the hospital. Yeah, TJ, I get that now, but I'm also having like heart and lung issues that I've been into like specialists for. So I've actually been out of work for a while now because of all the issues I've been having with my health and not being able to really exert myself the way I should be able to. Tony Bands, what's up, brother? BZ, what's up, brother? So I know the feeling, man. It's hard because, like, you want to get out there and you want to do it and you got the drive. Like, mentally, you got the drive and physically, you got the drive. And then when you get out there and, like, it just literally cuts away at your knees, man, it's like, yeah, TJ, I ain't the type to preach to nobody, bro. But if you're a diabetic, man, please take care of that stuff, man. I've been in the hospital DKA numerous times, and they say, um, um, like 1 out of 5 people that go DKA don't come home. So I've been well over that 5 mark, and I'm trying to, keep away from it. But man, it's like, yeah, I'm in the hospital from my diabetes, Tim. But it's worth it, man. In the long run, you might not be able to like eat everything you want, and but you get used to that kind of stuff, man. You really do. Like, when I first became diabetic and like people would be sitting next to me eating cake, I'd be looking at them like, man. But now it's like, that stuff don't bother me no more because it's like, whatever. What do I want that for when it's just gonna make me sick? So like, I could care less anymore about that kind of stuff. And you gotta just kind of put yourself in the mind state of, you gotta do what you gotta do. You wanna live or you wanna die. And it wasn't easy, TJ. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Giving up, because I got diabetes when I turned 18. So, like, giving up all that stuff was not easy, bro. Like, my wife was constantly cooking for me. Like, we've been together since we were teenagers. I don't even want anything sweet now. Yeah, and that's how you'll get. Just because like, it's like, I don't know how to word it, man. It's like, almost like you're poisoning yourself. So why would you want to eat that? You know? It is tough. But there's alternatives. Like, they got the zero sugars and like stuff like that. And like, I even honestly try to stay away from that because if you really read the labels, that's another thing I recently started doing is really reading what's in the stuff. And like even some of that zero sugar stuff, because I've noticed it. Like I'll read the package, zero sugar. Okay, cool, I can eat this. I'll go home and eat it, and I still get spiked. You know what I mean? So it's like certain things just aren't really what they say they are, and you got to actually, look into what you're eating. And like, there's ways that you can like satisfy your sweet tooth being diabetic without getting yourself sick. Gamma, that's exactly right. And that's why I said like you gotta like I recently I've been learning to read the labels because just because something says diet or zero sugar or sugar free or anything like that doesn't automatically make it healthy for you. A lot of times that stuff is actually worse for you than eating the actual version of it. So alkaline diet, yeah. Exactly. And that's honestly, that's probably why I'm diabetic because of how unhealthy I was for the whole. Because I got diabetes when I was 18 years old. And like when I got diagnosed with diabetes, I was like 350 pounds. I was completely unhealthy. I didn't care about what I ate. I just, if I saw it and it looked good, I ate it and I drank it. And I'll get seconds and thirds. And that's not the way to be. It's really not. It may be satisfying in the moment, but trust me, in the long run, you're going to pay for it one way or the other. Whether you get diabetes, heart problems, cholesterol problems, something, something. It's in the food. And if you abuse it, it's like anything else. If you abuse anything, there's going to be consequences, no matter what it is. Exactly, TJ. It's like, what was I thinking, right? It's like I could have been woke to this stuff, but it's like the satisfaction you get from certain things. It's almost like a drug, you know what I mean? Good food, good food can be just as addicting as any drug. Sugar is addicting, just like it's a drug. You gotta force yourself to not go after it. Whatever you do, stay active. Yeah, gotta stay active, man. That's like one of the most important things for anybody is to keep your blood flowing, man. You gotta get your heart rate up every once in a while. You gotta, you gotta put yourself through. We all know 84 likes some blue Gatorades. Gotta have that blue Gatorade. And that's another thing. I drink a lot of Gatorade, like the zeros. And like I've been honestly like trying to not do that as much either. Like when I want something flavorful, if I want some juice or something, yeah, I might grab a Gatorade Zero. But for the most part, it's like water. Yup, the blue do be smacking though. You right about that, Ant. Even the zero version, like I got to drink if I want Gatorade. Yeah, and TJ, man, you gotta watch for that crystal light stuff too, man. I can't tell you too much about crystal light, but I know some of them zero sugar drink mixes aren't what they say. My doctor told me that Powerade is better for you than Gatorade. So Tim, I heard something about that too. Not from a doctor, but I heard that like Powerade actually provides way more electrolytes than Gatorade does. I heard about that. Like somebody did a study on it or something, and they say that Powerade actually has Powerade actually gets more electrolytes into your body or something like that. Like you absorb more through Powerade than Gatorade. I don't know how it works. I'm not sure. I figured it was all the same, just like Coke and Pepsi. They just changed a couple things and just competition type stuff. I stopped drinking Powerade when they switched to that 50% stuff. It's nasty. 50%? What do you mean? What's that? I drink the zeros, so I don't know if that pertains to the zeros. So I don't drink it enough to really like feel any adverse effects. Tastes like water with a little bit of flavor, right? It tastes like you drank all the Kool-Aid out the bottle and then just refilled it with water and it got that little hint left. You know what I'm talking about? When you drank all the juice and you refilled it with water and it got that little hint of juice flavor left in there. Oh man, some of y'all might not know about the struggle like that. Switched it a while ago. That's funny. We'll probably end this in like 10 minutes, make it an hour. I got 15% on my battery and no charger here till my wife get off work at 5. It's 4:09 here in Florida. I'm not sure where y'all are at, what time it is there. Time check. Time check. Pretty sure Cuddy's in South Carolina, right? You might have the same time as me. Ant, you're in Georgia, right? You probably got the same time as me. 3:09 Chicago. Yeah, Tim, I'm trying, man, and like, uh, it's like every time I try to do right, it's like something else interferes, man. Like, I've been on top of my medicine. I've been on top of like my blood sugar. I got a sensor. I don't know if y'all see that sensor on my arm. So I got a sensor that rings my phone if my sugar goes high. So like I stay on top of it now, and then like of course like my insurance decides that, oh, this, we're not gonna cover this insulin no more, and like the pharmacy was unable to like change it. So like I said, I just it was a bad luck situation, and I ended up in here. Is what it is. I'm trying to be home by Monday. Monday is my daughter's 9th birthday. Yeah, and like so TJ, they were like, "Oh, you can just buy it if you want. Your insurance won't cover it though." I'm like, "All right, how much is it?" And they was talking about like something like $360 something dollars. I'm like, I can't just pull that out of my pocket right now. Like, can you front it to me? But they ain't about that. So I had to leave with no insulin. And to like, so like if like what if I had to stay on that particular insulin? Like I know that's not the case, but like what if I did and insurance didn't cover that no more? I'm supposed to pay. I take two insulins. Both of them are right around $400 a month. So that's $800 a month that I would have to pay just for my insulin, which is a medication I need to stay alive. $800 a month to live. That's what they're charging people with no insurance. $800 something dollars a month to live. So it's wild. Shouldn't be like that. Should be free. They say that insulin is derived from pigs. Y'all are killing the pigs anyway to eat the bacon and all that. You act like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know the whole process, but it ain't gotta be no $400. I can promise you that. It ain't gotta be no $400. It's just absurd that they would charge that much money for a medication that people depend on to stay alive. It's just wild to me. But you can go to the pharmacy and get all these pills that mess you up and, do this and that for next to nothing. Right. BZ 1100, right. So it's like he must use like the pens, right? The pens like where you spin the top and then you just hook the needle onto the pen and then squeeze it and dose it like that. I know that stuff's more expensive. They just put me on one of them yesterday when I went to my primary to get my insulin switched to a different insulin that was covered on my insurance, and they ended up giving me a pen instead of vials because like my whole life I've been doing vials, which is my own syringes. But now they gave me this pen for my fast acting insulin. My long acting is still a vial and syringes though. My long acting is still covered under my insurance. That's exactly right, TJ. Supply and demand. And like I say, the government ain't nothing but a bunch of pimps and drug dealers, man. That's all they are. That's all they are. What's a pimp do?